Okay, so for this stage here, I'm just going to run through what's involved in routing the edges of the tabletop. The first stage is that you will need to get a pencil and you will need to mark lines 50 millimeters in from the edges. So you can see there 50 millimeters here, 50 millimeters here, and you draw clear lines with the help of a square that are 50 millimeters in from the corner, and we do that on all four corners. Okay, the next stage is to get your work clamped up into a desk. The easiest way I've found of doing it is to put the clamps in the middle of the short sides, and what that's going to allow us to do is to route this side here, and then we can route this side here. So this is the router that you're going to be using. When you use the router, you need to be wearing an apron, you need to be wearing goggles. The router, this here, is the side of the router that should be facing you. You can tell that the router's facing you because the control for the speed is facing you here. So I'm going to use the router in this position. So my thumbs are on the handles here. And what I need to do is get down, and what I'm going to do is create a chamfered edge between this line here and this line here. To turn the router on, you need to use this switch here on this model. So there's two ways that you can turn it on. You can turn it on either using this catch here, or alternatively you can use the button that does the same thing here. If you look at the router, you'll see that it's got a bearing on the side, and what this allows us to do is to create a consistent depth of cut all the way along the edge. What we do is we get the router, we cut all the way up to the line here, and then you'll bring the router in the opposite direction and cut up to the line here. Okay, so that's how we create the chamfer for the edges of the table.